Taye Diggs. Taye Diggs! Like, my only real comment would have to be is this is the shit. And let me elaborate. When people think black women are mad that black men are with white women, it's not because you're with a white woman. It's because 9 times out of motherfucking 10, they got some slanderous, disgusting, misogynoir against black women that is so fucking potent. It comes out and manifests as violence towards black women. So, as Taye Diggs could sit up there with all these black women and get this motherfucking money and shit from this fucking movie about relationships and family and za. For him to remark that being around black women made him miss his white wife. That is the type of shit that divides in not only a sexist ass way, but also in a racist ass way. To recount your time spent with black women as negative, as generalizing, implicating a problem with an entire race of women. It's just like disgusting as fuck, and it also perpetuates violence against black women. It perpetuates, as in, with this new study that just came out from the app Are You Interested? It said that black women are most likely to contact black men. However, no men of any race are more likely to contact black women. Like, black women get the least amount of messages online. And I will have to say that I am a lighter skinned, ambiguously racial. Though I am black, people do see me as ambiguously racial from whether or not I'm, wearing a certain texture of hair to whether or not I'm doing a certain style of makeup. And obviously that does grant me privileges, and I want to, make that aware right now because I do get a considerable amount of messages. But I have also been asked before if I'm Asian, if I have some sort of Asian ancestry, or if I am part Asian, or, and all of these other questions about my identity that leads me to believe from also this study that was done. It showed that Asian women were the number one receivers of messages from men of all races. And I just noticed that, in tandem with me also being like a lighter skinned, black person, I'm also, sometimes coded as not black and have been asked and have been approached as, and been slandered as. I've actually had people yell racial slurs that were geared towards Asian folks. And I was like, I had to look the shit up. I was like, I'd never been called that before, Like, I was just like, what the fuck? And so, like, there are a lot of layers to that shit as well, but it's really like anti-blackness like a mug, you feel me? And also model minorityism, which Asian people typically have, and again, I don't want to implicate all Asians as having model minority privilege because but with beauty standards being what they are, they're talking about East Asians, lighter skinned peoples, and it's just really like coded, as I said, and layered. It's just like, it is not, you know what? It's hard out here to be a black lady. It's hard out here. It's hard as fuck because, like, there's so much shit against black women, and it's like also black queer folks. You know what I mean? Let's not forget our queer folks. Let's not forget our black trans folks. You know what I mean? Because under like transphobia, homophobia, there is femphobia. That shit does interconnect, and that shit is also like part of like misogynoir and like, you know, the constant hate of the black body in general, but also how, you know, power is typically granted to black men. And, you know, just so many conversations going on right now, and it's just like, you know, it's seemingly like every day I'm just getting so much more bad news about, you know, the anti-blackness in communities around me, but also like the fucking just straight up like black woman hate like out here. And for Taye Diggs to like champion his white wife, juxtaposing black women, implicating them as difficult, it's just like it's like it's hard because like then there's also respectability politics at play. You know what I mean? Like Taye Diggs is seen as like an elite nigga, and what he's doing is he's implicating his co-stars, these other black women, as just some black bitches, you know what I mean? Some uppity ass black bitches, some sedity bougie ass black bitches. And that's what it's coming across as. And that's what is being implicated, quite frankly. And like when you do shit like that, that garners nothing but disgust for like the black male white woman like structure as a relationship hierarchy. Cause you're sitting here like, okay, like, you know, I know when I'm fucking a white man, I'm not thinking about Becky. You feel me? But I notice so much that Becky's be worried about me. Like, I notice like white women really be like when I'm out and about, like I will see interracial couples all over the place, and I will see these white women like giving me like these weird looks, giving me these awkward exchanges. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm seemingly uncaring. You know what I mean? Like no comment, you feel me? Like I'm not sitting here trying to judge people's motherfucking relationships. And I feel like we get caught up in that shit too by trying to be like, oh, you know, like love is love. Like it is, but at the same time, we don't live in a fucking ahistorical ass community. There is history, you know what I mean? There is history of black men, white women being together, it being taboo, it being something that like is, you know, part of an oppressive ass structure. And I think for us to like act like that shit is like not at all like possibly oppressive, possibly violent, possibly erasing for that person of color in question in that relationship with a white person, especially a white woman. You know, it's just like, you know, you have to be understanding of that and like be open to like understanding the different parts and invisible parts at that are not actually at play. And it just, you know, it kills me because, you know, while I have privileges, you know, and while I have privileges, I just like find myself constantly aware of just like the anti-black woman antagonism and just like the structures at play that just seemingly like keep us fucking like balancing back and forth, pretending like we like these things are not like rooted in deep histories, and it's just like really bothersome. And like also, you know, not to mention the fact that like I am like a gender variant person, like being bigender, being someone that does not confine themselves to the idea of gender as male or female. I find that like when we look at when I'm presented with anti-black woman, misogynoir type situations, I realize that like this affects me very much so, and it has nothing to do so much with my gender ID. It's more so about like in this I'm implicated. They're not like they don't have to specify me. You know, I have all the signifiers that they're looking for to attack. So it's just also this very unsafe feeling being in this black very like female coded body where, you know, it is under attack, and feeling like, you know, balancing the privilege of like lookism, balancing the privilege of uh you know, of being a lighter skinned person, you know, and then also being like onslaughted with like these like very oppressive structures, and also being reminded constantly that like I am not safe and that I don't got shit out here but me and maybe the other black female coded perhaps people or female assumed people that like I can seemingly trust for the time being, or like for like, you know, however long we're able to like be together. Because I have had like, you know, black female assumed people, non-gender conforming black peoples in my space that we just did not, you know, keep in contact, and we did not have a long rapport, and it's upsetting, but it's something that I'm like learning to kind of like deal with and stride, because you know it's really important for me to like really have that support and really have someone, and someone's, you know, preferably like feeding me the spiritual and very necessary food that I need, in terms of like growing myself emotionally and being more aware and like being more conscious of the way I treat people, especially people who are me and I am them. And it's just like a whole host of things, but like this Taye Diggs shit really had me like, damn, because you know I haven't gone to the movies in a long time, and I was like, damn, I might want to go see a movie soon, you know, treat myself, and like it just didn't work out for me. Like I was just like, damn, I'm not going to see The Best Man, and if I don't go see The Best Man, like, am I really about to spend some coins on Catching Fire? Probably not. You feel me? Like, I'm good. But I will catch that bitch on Netflix, you know. But anyways, fuck out of here, Taye Diggs. Fuck out of here, niggas not replying back to black ladies on "Are you interested?" or any other fucking excuse me, dating website. Like, fuck out of here. And like, shout out to all like the black ladies that be fucking responding. Like, you know, it shows that like black ladies respond out of like all of the ladies, like more so, and get the least fucking messages. So it's just like, damn, you know, we out here, and they accuse us of not wanting to speak. You know what I mean? So fuck it. I'll see y'all soon.